Hello everyone, and welcome to this little preview of Wartop, our new skirmish gaming platform. Do keep in mind this is a work in progress and a very early version of it. Nothing here is complete at this point, and also I'm recording, so the frame rate is not necessarily the best while doing that. We're going to have a little bit of a winter skirmish today. We have the North Pole Defenders against the Greedy Gobos. The North Pole Defenders are trying to defend their Christmas tree. The Greedy Gobos are trying to either capture the tree or take out the North Pole Defenders. For the Defenders, the leader is Hatchet Claws, and Mrs. Claus is out of town, so she has left her sisters to give him a hand. We've got one armed with a rocket launcher. We've got a mini gun or an auto cannon. We have an auto rifle. We have an energy rifle, and we have heavy pistols. For the Goblins, we have their leader, which is the Goblin Santa. He is a psychic with a number of powers. We have 4 goblin minions and an ogre minion. The ogre minion has a large power weapon. The 4 goblins numbered Goblin 1, Goblin 2, Goblin 3, Goblin 4. This one has an auto pistol and a stealth suit, an energy pistol and a targeting reticule, another energy pistol and a targeting reticule, and then a shotgun and a stealth suit. Having a look here, most of them have some psychic powers of some kind. The leader has Meat Puppet, Mind Stab, and Telekinesis. They have Mind Stab on Goblin number 1, Teleport on Goblin number 2, Fear on the Ogre. Goblin 3 has a Targeting Reticule and Teleport, the same as number 2. And this guy, he doesn't have the Mind Stab. He's using the Stealth Suit and the Shotgun, and he should have the Mind Stab listed. There we go. They also have Claws as a melee weapon. We've laid out some terrain. Got a little bit of a bare spot over here, so let's do this. And you know what? Let's maybe rotate a bit of these so they don't quite look so uniform. There we go. And probably not going to have anybody over here, but let's just put a couple more trees around like that. Make it look a little fuller. Go. Okay, so over here for Hatchet Claws, he has a leader trait of Majestic. The Warband trait is heavily armed. He's got heavy armor and a jump pack. We've got some other equipment here. Heavy armor on Mag, which is the autocannon user. Vanessa, she's got a medkit, healing, and teleport. That is the energy rifle user over here. Amelie, she is the one with the rocket launcher. She's also got a targeting reticule. Beverly is the assault rifle user here. She's got a knife and a grenade. Then Catherine has the 2 pistols. That's her there. She's also got the prescience. Psychic ability, and that is it. Okay, so we're going to be using the solo rules, which means there's no initiative phase. What we do though is we've got 115 points on each team, so it's close enough to 125 for me to use the 125 point rules, which means we get 3 command points per turn unless I lose the leader on Santa's team. So we will start off with the activation phase. The activation phase means my leader and anybody within a stick's length which will take us out here. 5 inches takes us there, which means everybody should be in a stick's length, so I get to activate everybody to start off with, and then the enemies will go. Most of these enemies, under the rules, they are considered thugs. Most of the goblin minions are considered thugs. The leader is a psychic, and the ogre is a big gun. He has no firepower skill. So let's start off with we'll start off with Beverly. So Beverly has a speed of 2. Though I think we do have some line of sight in here. They've just charged up. They've been spotted. Let's grab our multi-move tool and measure this out. 5 inches will take us there. Let's give her a little bit of cover behind the tree. Yeah, right there. There we go. Now she's going to take a shot at one of the goblin minions. She's quite a range out. Let's see here. Yeah, now, well, yeah. She'll take a shot at the goblin minion. And in order to do that, she's going to use a point to aim because she's allowed to aim 1. She's got her auto rifle, and her firepower skill is 2d10, but since she's or 2d8, but since she's aimed, it'll be 2d10. The goblin over there, goblin number 1, he has a defense of 2d6, and she's got her aim. So let's see here, 2d10. We will roll those. And she's going to get a terrible 4. Alright, the goblin is going to roll his 2d6. He has not moved yet. She has no other modifiers. Gonna be very little. Oh, he has rolled 2 6s. He is not getting hit today. She gets a single move token for having moved. There we go. Let's go with, let's move some people into cover. So let's go with Vanessa. She has 1 move action. We'll move her up as close as we can behind the trees. Get her right about there. And we'll get Amelie to also move. There. She's got cover behind the rock. Mag has a movement speed of 1. There we go. Move her up there. Santa has a speed of 2. Now he's going to move in a straight line. Let's get a bit of an angle so we can read that better. So he's going to move right up behind the tree. And then, let's move him over here. And finally, we've got Catherine. She's also got 2 moves with the 2 pistols. So let's move her maybe over here. Right about there. And then we'll move her up behind the rock. Yeah, she can get up behind the rock. There we go. Okay, so for the goblins, let's go with the thugs first. So those are the 4 regular goblins. Now the thugs, they roll a d20. We'll check each one to see if they have any kind of line of sight. Close that. Okay, so, well, they're hiding behind a tree a little bit, but I guess he does have a line of sight. So we will need a d20 for that. Let's bring a d20 over here and roll that. He's got a 6. So he has line of sight. A 6 is to engage. Are they thugs or are they henchers? No, they're henchers. Sorry, henchers have weapons, have ranged weapons. So a 6 is to engage, and an engage means the model takes a move action up to its maximum towards the closest good guy. If it has actions remaining, when they touch bases, it takes a fight action. Okay, so he's hungry. He wants to go in. This is Gobbo number 2. Gobbo number 2 has a speed of 2. So they normally get 3 actions. So he's going to take 2 move actions towards the nearest one. Right there. And then another move action up there. And I think it makes sense for him to touch the base of the rock, which means his stealth suit is activated. Up next we have this goblin here. What does he get for line of sight? Yes, he does have line of sight over here to somebody. So we will roll him and see what we get. 19. Okay, so a hencher with a 19 will focus. And what does focus do? Focus as fire, but the first shot action is a +1 dice type. So the model takes shoot actions up to the maximum for its weapon. Ooh, he's going to take shoot actions, but they're not going to be good because he is at range. So, Gobbo number 1, he is using an auto pistol, which means he's -1 dice type over a stick length, which he clearly is, but he's very focused. So, let's see here. The auto pistol has 3 shoot actions, -1 dice type for range if it's greater than a stick, which it clearly is. Who does he actually have a line of sight at? technically has line of sight over there, and I guess he technically has line of sight over here, but there's a lot of cover there. So the defender is going to the... They have a movement token, but only one. If the target model has 3... No, if the target model is concealed, so they're +1 dice type. But he's -1 dice type for all of his stuff. Well, except for the first one. So, on the first shot, he's going to roll 2d8. On every subsequent shot, he is going to roll 2d6. So, let's grab a couple of dice over here. And let's go ahead and roll these. So, his first shot is a 10. The defender, that is Claus himself. He's got a defense of 2d10, and so he's going to defend on 2d12 for all of these. Let's see how he does. Oh yeah, he's fine. 17, that's clearly a miss. The rest of his 2 shots are going to go at 2d6, which gives him, a 10. Not a bad shot. Claus is going to roll his 2d12 again. And he's got a 15. He's good there. And the Goblin's last shot is an 8. And Claus's defense is a 15. So Claus is more than fine. We'll go with one of the other henchers over here. He's also got line of sight, so let's check him out. He's got a 10. So a hencher on a 10 is fire. So he's going to shoot actions up to its maximum weapon. Now he's got an energy pistol. The energy pistol has a similar issue, greater than 1 stick away, -1 dice type, but he does get to re-roll any ones. So he's got 3 shoot actions which he can take, and that is Gobbo number 3, who has a firepower of 2d8, but since he's out of range, he's got a firepower of 2d6. So let's roll these. And he's got a 7. And who is he targeting again? He is targeting... Amelie. So Amelie has a defense of 2d10. She is not in cover. Or sorry. Yep. No, 2d8 defense. And she is not in cover. So let's see what her defense is. It is a 11 versus 7. Okay, the Goblin will take his second shot. 6. I don't expect that's going to be a huge problem for Amelie. Yep, she's fine. A 9. And the Goblin's third shot is a 5. And again, probably not an issue. 8. Alright, so Amelie is also fine. And our last Goblin, who has a similar line of sight. Yep, he does. We will go ahead and roll for that. That's, again, a 10. Alright, so the 10 is again to fire, so he's going to fire at Amelie. He is out of range. He does have a shotgun, which, you know, I guess is certainly a choice at that range. Range greater than 1 stick, -1 dice type. Reroll firepower rolls of 1. So if he gets 1s, he gets to re-roll them. Let's go ahead and roll his... Oh, let's see here. What does he get? 2d6 or 2d8? Gobbo 4 is 2d8, so he will roll 2d6. He's going to get a 9. She's gonna roll a 8. Oh, we finally have a hit somehow from a shotgun at that distance. He has managed to hit her. So he has just barely gotten above her result. Let's see here. We have to roll once on the under the fire table. She rolls 2d6 plus any modifiers. Any modifiers we have here? There are no modifiers that I can see. So we will roll 2d6 and see what we get. Oh dear. So, from miles away, the goblin has managed to take out the rocket launcher sister, and she is out of action. That is unfortunate luck for the North Pole defenders. Up next, let's go with the ogre minion. Now, he is a big gun, despite not having a range weapon. Does he have line of sight? I expect he does. Yes, he does. So he has line of sight. We will roll a d20 for him. And we roll that d20. We are getting us a 4. Ooh, not a incredible roll. Engage. So as an engage action, the model takes move actions up to its maximum towards the closest good guy. If it has actions remaining when they touch bases, it takes a fight action. So the ogre, I believe, has only a speed of 1. He's a big guy, so he's not going to move that far. Let's see here. How far exactly is he going to move? Only up to here. Okay. I'm gonna play this where if they have actions left over, they might use their psychic powers. Now his psychic power is fear, which won't really do much in this situation, but he did have 2 actions left over, so he could use them, but the fear isn't really going to do much, since all it does is each enemy model within 1 stick who loses its opposed will roll must move 1 stick away from the psychic. There's nobody within a stick, so nothing's going to happen there. Okay, so now that the moving and attacking is done, we go on to the maintenance phase, which doesn't have a whole lot to do here. Remove all the movement tokens. I don't need to regroup in here. Resolve any series, return to the command phase. Okay, so we'll remove the movement tokens, and I will try to remember to use these next turn. Alright, so now in this case, since our guys are spread out a little more, it's going to change how we activate. Are we... yeah, okay, so these 2 will move first, the rest are out of sight. So, Santa wants to go... oh, we almost forgot our psychic on the goblin side. Let's not forget him. So, as a psychic, he does have line of sight. He's got... let's see what he does. He's going to get a 7. Psychic 7 with line of sight is going to be power. What does power do? Power, the model takes a psychic power action and another action in any order. Okay, so his psychic powers include Meat Puppet, Mind Stab, and Telekinesis. Now, I would say that he's probably rather disappointed that most of the goblin minions did not go forward. So let's use the Telekinesis. Move one obstacle or ally up to one stick. So to do that, we need to make an unopposed willpower test. So an unopposed willpower test, I believe the defender will roll 2d6 and the goblin will roll his powers. Let me see here. Model segment with two actions to manifest an effect power. Make an unopposed willpower roll. Okay. All right. So yes, he will. So the defender will roll 2d6. His unopposed amount is 6. I don't think the goblin's going to have an issue with that. His willpower is 10. 2d10. So we'll come on over here. Roll a couple of these. 14. So he's going to make this goblin move forward 1 stick length, which gets us about there. Just a little bit to the left. There we go. He's still got some line of sight. All right. Now he's got one more action. He can move. Let's move him maybe into some cover, or at least behind another model so that he is less of a target. Let's put him right up here behind the ogre. What kind of monster leader wouldn't hide behind a larger monster? Okay, so back to the North Pole Defenders' turn. So Santa and Mag get to move first. Let's see here. Let's have Mag step out to the side here. Yeah, she can come out here, no problem. So that she's got a clear line of sight to the ogre. She's got 2 actions left. She rolls 2d10. Her autocannon, we reroll 1s and 2s. So she's going to attack twice against the ogre. Now I believe the ogre's got 2d10 defense. He's quite tanky. The ogre is 2d10 defense. He's also got heavy armor, which gives him +1, I believe, +1 to defense rolls. So he's 2d10 +1. She is 2d10. I think I'll use one of my command points here. So my command points, I can increase an attribute roll by 1 dice type. So I'm going to increase her firepower by 1 dice type. So she's rolling 2d12s, and the ogre is rolling 2d10s. So let's go ahead and roll these. She gets a 12. And he's going to get himself a 17. Her second attack is only a 7. And he's going to get himself an 11. So he is more than fine. Oh. She's got a reroll of 1, so let's reroll that. Any luck here? 6 plus 16. There we go. So we reroll 1s and 2s. So with a 16, that is a hit. Now 16 over 11, it's not twice as much or anything, so it's just going to be a regular roll on the under fire table. Let's see here. What does he get? Ooh, an 8. So with an 8, he is staggered. So our staggered token is here. Let's just quickly grab one of those and put that on him. And before we forget, let's put the 1 movement token on Mag for having moved. Okay, so the ogre is staggered. Up next is Hatchet Claws. Now he can move twice. So let's move him here. Like that. And then... Then let's move him towards cover. He can move, yeah, right over there, like that. There we go. Alright, so he has moved twice. Let's grab a token for him. And his 1 remaining action, I don't think we can do anything with it. He doesn't have any other special skills. He doesn't have any psychic powers or anything like that. So we will just let him go. Okay, so now the monsters are going to move. The Greedy Gobos. Let's start with the... Well, we'll get the ogre out of the way because a staggered model, all it can do is, according to page 6, the staggered, place a token next to the staggered model. A staggered model cannot take any actions except recover. A staggered model is not considered to be touching. Okay. So the only thing he can do, the model makes an unopposed willpower roll. Remove the staggered token after a successful roll. So his willpower is a 2d8, and the unopposed roll, I believe, is 2d6. We'll just double check that again. When making an unopposed roll, you roll your dice and your opponent rolls 2d6. All right, so opponent is rolling 2d6. Let's see what we got here. A 3. Oh, I think that's going to be no problem. It would have to be very horrible. He's got a 6, so he has recovered. So that will use up 1 of his actions. And let's go to the table now. This is a big gun. He obviously has line of sight. We'll get rid of this token. Seven. He had this last time. He's going to engage, but he can only move 1. So let's move him forward towards the closest good guy. So that'll put him there. There we go. Now, could he try to use his fear ability? He could. So we will let him use his fear ability. As he, oh no, he's only got 1 action point left, so no, he can't. Alright, he is stuck there. Let's go for Gobbo number 2 over here. He is a hencher. He clearly has line of sight. He's going to roll a 14. So with the 14, he's going to fire 3 times. He is Gobbo number 2. He's got an energy pistol, 3 rolls. He re-rolls 1s. Let's see. I'm sure he's within a stick's distance of the claws, which I believe he is. However, Hatchet Claws has moved twice. So since he has moved twice, if a target has 2 movement tokens, it rolls defense with +1 dice type. Is he concealed? Well, he can't get more than a d12 anyway, which, yeah, he's probably not concealed, but anyway, he's going to roll 2d12. He's within a stick's length, so Gobbo 2 rolls 2d8. I believe all the goblins have 2d8 as their firepower. So he will roll 2d8 and Claus will roll 2d12. So he's got himself a 10. And Claus has got himself a 14. Wait, is that a 7 or a 1? That is a 1. That is an 8. Oh, Claus does have heavy armor, though, which is a 9. Oh, I think... Do I have a command power here I can use? I do not. So Claus is hit. So we roll 2d6, which hasn't really been going my way. Ooh, a 9. So with a 9, that means Claus is downed and staggered. Okay. So he is downed, and we'll give him that staggered token. And the goblin will continue to shoot. Things are not going well for the North Pole defenders. So he's got an 8. However, the target model is staggered, so he rolls -1. He has 2 movement tokens. It rolls... The rules aren't clear there if you're staggered after. We'll say maybe just as difficult because he's firing these as a burst. So he's going to roll 2d10 here. He rolls a 6. Oh, he is hit again. Claus is not having a good day. That's a 4. That's a snapshot. The defending model may think he doesn't have any shoots. And then his final attack is 10. These goblins are quite strong. 10 is less than or equal. So that is a miss. Okay. So Claus at least survives this. This goblin here, goblin number 1, is going to go. Does he have line of sight to anybody? Let's have a look here. I guess technically he can see their heads. So we'll say yes. Go ahead and roll a dice for him. That looks like that is a 3. I don't see. Hencher 3 has high line of sight. Hide. What's he gonna do? Apparently he didn't like being forced forward until it is out of line of sight of any good guys. Now he has 2 speed. It's going to use line of sight or use movement points until he's out of line of sight. Now, Goblin 1. Actually, it was Goblin 1 who had the stealth suit. So this is the guy with the stealth suit. This guy doesn't have a stealth suit. Which one is closer? I mean, as soon as he touches terrain, he'll... okay, that is 2.8. That is 3.4. And that is even more. Okay, so we'll just say he goes up here, touches this terrain, and therefore he is out of line of sight. The hencher over here, goblin number 3, he's still got line of sight. He's got himself a 5. Hensher, 5. Engage. So with an engage, he will take move actions up to his maximum to try and get up close to someone. So Gobbo number 3, he's got 2 moves, so he will attempt to, I guess, move towards Santa, because he is technically the closest. Right up here. And then he will move probably over here. He's seen Santa goes down. He is enraged. And he wants to go over and have a swipe at him. The other one, he is going to get himself, what is that? That is a 9. He's got an advance. So what does advance do? Advance, the model makes move actions until it has line of sight to a good guy. Then it takes shoot actions with its remaining actions. Now, I don't know. He takes move actions until it has a line of sight. Well, he already has a line of sight. This is a weird one. I mean, this is basically the same as fire since he has it, but we'll say he's got a pistol. He knows he's got to get at least a bit closer. So we'll have him use his 2 move actions to move up. To at least get a bit closer, he'll come up here. There we go. And he'll take a shot at, I guess, Santa. Now I do believe he still is over. Yeah, he's obviously over a stick away, so he's going to be rolling 2d6. Santa, though, will roll, I guess, again. Does it mention anything? Yeah, okay. So he again, he's technically still has the move thing, so I think all of this stuff is all happening at the same time. So he's still got 2d10 defense. He's not concealed. So 2d6 versus 2d10. So it's a 6. Where's our 2d10? Here's our 2d10. Versus 12. Okay, and so Santa escapes that one. The psychic goblin, he has line of sight. He's got himself an 8. With the psychic, he's got a power. So the power, he takes a psychic power action and another action in any order. So he's got Me Puppet, Mind Stab, and Telekinesis. Let's see here. I think if he takes a move action, he can then use a Mind Stab on Santa. Get us to here. Yeah, he's got line of sight to Santa. So he's going to use a Mind Stab. Now, a Mind Stab. Target one enemy model within one stick. Oh, he's not close enough for that. So instead, he will again use his telekinesis to move him forward. And he will go right about there. There we go. Beautiful. All right. So, and now we have the other of Santa's sisters. Okay, so up first we've got, with the auto rifle, we've got Beverly. Now she can take 3 actions. She's got a grenade, but the grenade's got to be within a stick, which is no good right now. She does have 2 move actions though. So, 1, 2. She could drop a grenade right on the lot of them. Could be a risky move. It would put her out in front of everybody. However, let's see here. Let's go ahead and just measure 12 inches. How close can she get on 2 moves? That would probably help if I was down here enough to see it. There we go. 12. Let's see here. 10, 11, 12. Okay, so she can move right up here if she wanted to. How close would she have to be to drop the grenade right on the ogre? She would have to get to here, which is not a problem. So she's got to be at least here. And then she can drop the grenade on the ogre. And everybody will have to get attacked by that. Alright, so actually we don't need to spawn a die. What we want is our multi-move. So let's measure this out to 12 inches. Yeah, more than enough. Okay, so we'll put her... She's going to rush right in. Santa is down. We'll put her a little bit over this way. Sort of taking the heat off Santa. So 2 movement actions to here. She is now considered the closest model. And she will drop the grenade on him, which if we put it on the center of him within 5 inches, that, and I believe it's blocked by obstacles, which this would be an obstacle. So I think this goblin is okay, but the ogre and the 3 here will be hit. So let's see how we do this. So grenade. Target point up to 1 stick from attacker. Blast AoE 2d10 +1 to under fire rolls. I wonder, can I use a command? Oh no, it's got its own special things. So, increase the mod speed by 1. Power up, increase an attribution roll. Okay, there's no attribution roll here. So, we're just going to roll 2d10 against everybody. So, the ogre has got 2d10 defense. All the goblins have a 2d8, except for the... And I guess the psychic also has the evil claws. Has got 2d8 as well. So, we'll do up first here against Gobbo number 3, I believe that is. So, 2d10, something good. What is that, 11? He's going to roll 2d8 to defend. And he's got himself a 9, so he is hit. And he's got himself a 7 on the, or 8 on the under fire, because, which is a staggered result. So he is staggered. And we'll do it now against Evil Claws. Ooh, what does he get there? Is that a 14? 14. Ooh, it's going to be quite tough for him to beat that, which he doesn't. Only a 12. It'll be this plus 1, so that's another 8, so he is also staggered. Go against the Ogre now. Oh, a 3. That's pretty awful. Is there any rerolls on that? I don't think so. No. Oh, actually, the Ogre has 2d10. So he's just going to roll these. 3 versus 9. He's fine. 10 because he's got his armor. And then the other goblin back here, goblin number 1, we'll roll on him. It's a 13. 13 against 11, so he does manage to hit him as well. These over here, roll these together. 7, 8. Okay, so they're all staggered from the blast. The Ogre is totally fine. Up next, with Amelie done, we've got Catherine and her dual pistols. Catherine is using the heavy pistol, +1 on the under fire table. She's got 2 move actions. She can take 2 shots with the heavy pistol. Let's bring her out here. Now, how far away can she be? Ooh, not that far to be under here. Okay, so we're going to move her out 1 to here. And she's clearly more than a stick away. However, I'm going to use a command point to increase her firepower, so she will still do 2d8, I believe. Yep, 2d8. So she will do 2d8 and +1 on the damage table. So the goblin, however, is staggered, so he's only rolling 2d6. So she's going to take 2 shots. First one, 12. Goblin, it's going to be pretty hard for him to beat that. 3. Oh, so this is triple the defense roll. So target rolls under fire table +2, +1 for the heavy pistols, +3. So the goblin is going to be rolling this +3. This could potentially, yes. So the goblin, finally, the North Pole defenders have some success. And the goblin number 3 is out. And let's see here. Let's just get rid of these models entirely. Alright. She has a second shot. The second shot will be at the enemy psychic. 2d8 as an attack. 9. He gets 2d6 for defense because he's staggered. 11. Ooh. Brutal bit of defense there. Okay, that's all she can do. Oh, I guess we might as well put one of these here. It's not going to matter. They've already done their turn. And then finally we've got Vanessa. She has a medkit. She's also got healing and teleport. Now, with teleport, she can literally move, I believe, anywhere she wants on the map. Let me grab the psychic powers here. Yes, teleport. Place the psychic anywhere on the board. Now, her willpower is 2d8. She has to pass an opposed will test. If she does that, she can move wherever she wants. And then she could heal up Santa if she wanted to. So, let's see here. Alright, let's go ahead and give that a shot. Otherwise, this is going to end poorly. So, she rolls 2d8. The opposed roll... Oh dear. 5 and... Oh, 9. Okay. No such luck. So, I believe if the psychic roll fails, you do lose your... make an unopposed willpower. If the roll succeeds, unless otherwise noted, it requires line of sight to manifest a tap and make opposed willpower rolls. Yeah, so she failed that, unfortunately. Does she have line of sight on anybody? She does not. She's right behind the trees. So we'll just go ahead and move her out so she will have line of sight. Okay. All right. New round. Get rid of these. We'll just get rid of them. All right. So Santa and I believe that's who is that? That is Beverly. Alright, yeah, Beverly had the grenade. So, Santa's up first. He is down and staggered. Staggered, he's got to make a recover action. He's not allowed to do anything else first. Makes an unopposed willpower roll. His willpower is 2d8. So he's going to roll 2d8. And the unopposed roll here. And that is awful. We'll go ahead and use a command point to give him 2d10 on his willpower roll because that's ridiculous. That was not much better. 6. There we go. 8. So he now has recovered. We'll get rid of that. He will then use his remaining action to stand up where he was, and he can't really do anything else. Beverly, though, Beverly has 3 actions, and she is at point blank range. So she is going to... do we want to aim here? Her firepower is 2d8. I've still got 2 command points. I can... I can use a command point to... I'm going to use a command point to increase her attack to 2d10. The ogre's also got 2d10. She's going to open up on the ogre 3 times here and see what kind of luck she gets. Well, she'll open up once anyway. She's got herself an 11. The ogre's got 2d10 plus 1. He's got himself a 17. Second attack. She's got a incredible 6. He's got a 18. And she's got a 12. And the ogre has himself a 15. So this is an extremely strong ogre who's probably now rather pissed off. So the Greedy Gobos will go. We will start with, I guess, the ogre. He's up front. So he's a biggin with line of sight. Don't mind that roll. I just tabbed over to the rule book, so it made it freeze a little bit there. Okay, so he's got a 2. So a biggin with a 2, he will engage. So he will take his move actions up to, and then attack to the closest model. If it has any, it takes a fight action. Alright, so Beverly is the closest. So clearly that's within 1, so he will move up here and base to base and fight her. I think life is about to get very poor for Beverly. He's used 1 action. He's got 1 action to attack with his big weapon. He has 2d10, and does he have some special effects on that? Let's see here. He's got a large power weapon, reroll 1s, and +1 for his under attack rolls. So he will roll this. He's got a 16. Oof, that's not good for Beverly. Beverly has a defense of 2d8. Let's see how this goes for her. This is our first melee attack. So now, does she use her prowess or does she use her defense here? Let me have a look here. Fight actions. Fight model. The attacker rolls the prowess. Their opponent still rolls the defense. Okay. So 2d8 on the defense. And that is an 11 against his 16. So she has been hit. Is there any other special effects there other than +1 on the under fire table? So let's see how bad her life is going to get. 6, 7, I believe a 7 is the under attack table. She is downed. Okay. So she is downed. The this goblin here, this is goblin number 2. He is a hencher. He's going, whoops, tabbed over to the PDF again, a 5. So the hencher with a 5, he's got an engage, so he's going to move up and attack Santa. Now we've got a bunch of terrain in here, which makes it rather difficult since he's got to go in a straight line. So he's going to have to use 2 actions to move out here. He can do it obviously in 2 actions, but he won't be able to do it in a single action. So he's going to get 1 attack against the claws. Gobbo number 2, he's got claws, he's got 2d6 prowess, and that's all he's got going on for him. So he's going to roll 2d6, which still gets him a 7. And claws has got a defense of 2d10, plus he's got heavy armor. So 2d10 plus 1 gets himself an 8, so he is safe. Now, the other goblin over here, this other hencher, that's goblin number 4. Ooh, a 1. A hencher with line of sight. He is going to hide. He saw his buddy go down. Now, he does have a suit, and so I believe he is going to come in here and go base-to-base contact with this tree. That's just part of the collision for the tree there. Yeah, we'll put him in base-to-base contact with that tree. We'll assume that he's there and he is in cover, and that's all he wants to do. This goblin number 1 here, he's got to attempt to recover. His willpower is not good. It is 2d6 against an unopposed 2d6, so we'll have him roll first. He got himself a 6. The opposition roll is a 10. Okay, he's going to have to do it again. He's going to get a 7. The opposition roll is a 4. Okay, so he's used 2 actions. He's got 1 action left. He's got himself a 7. Does he have line of sight? I don't think he does. So he's got a 7 with no line of sight. He's still going to engage. He's only got 1 action left, though. So he's just going to have to come out here. And straight line right there. There we go. Finally, the Psychic. He's going to see what he gets here. Well, first he's got to recover. Now his willpower is 2d10. He shouldn't have too much trouble. But then again, Santa had an awful time. He's got himself a 16. He can't fail against a 5. So he's used 1 action point to do that. Let's see what he gets on the Psychic table. Ooh, a 2. He uses Cloud. As a psychic power action, the model floods the battlefield with psychic noise. The Psychic and the good guy leader make opposed willpower rolls. If the Psychic wins, the good guy loses a command point. You know, we've pretty much... Well, I guess we haven't fully spent our load yet. We did use 2 command points. We do only have 1 left. So he's going to roll. The Goblin's going to roll 2d10 for his willpower roll. He gets 15. Santa, basically with 2d8, I don't think he's going to beat it, but you never know. Nope. So we do lose our command point, and that's it. All right. So Santa's 3 helpers will get to move. We've got up first Catherine. Catherine has her heavy pistols. She's got a power sword as well. She's prescience, but I don't think we want to mess with that right now. She's going to try and pick off, well, or should we move within 1? Let's move a little bit closer. She can move over here and at least get some cover. Oops, let's go to the multi-move. How close does she have to be for 1? Oh, yeah. So around here, and she should be able to get up there. Yeah, no problem. Okay. So she's going to move up here. She's still got some cover back there. And then she's going to use 2 actions shooting at him. She's in range now, though, so she gets her 2d8 against his 2d10. But +1 on the under fire table. So let's see how it goes. Catherine rolls her first attack, which is a 6, which is awful. He's going to get a 10, no problem. 7, just as bad. And an 8, ooh. He had +1 anyway. So it was close, but no cigar. Up next is Vanessa. Vanessa's got, again, healing, teleport, and medkit, and her energy rifle, which is aim 1 and reroll 1s. Her healing ability, if we have a look at that. The healing psychic, I believe it's within 1 model within 1 stick of this model, and in line of sight becomes ready. So, could she... How far are we here? Is that less than... Yes, it is. It is less than 12, I believe. So, if she moves 6 forward, she can attempt to heal her get rid of her status effects. Or she could try to shoot some goblins a bunch of times. You know what? Let's go ahead and shoot at the leader. She will aim. Use 1 to aim, so she uses 2d10 instead of 2d8, and she rerolls 1s. The goblin leader, he has a defense of 2d8, so it's 2d10 versus 2d8. She will attack 1. That is a 10. Maybe. 10. Yep. That's the way this is going. Let's see here. And anything else there? No. So, 1 more attack. A 9. And an 11. So, the psychic goblin leader is just deflecting bullets and laser blasts and everything else. And then finally, the mag with her autocannon. She rerolls 1s and 2s. She's got 3 attacks. She has a firepower of 2d10. So she is going to open up on the goblin leader. And 3 more attempts. An 11. Oh, but she does reroll. Come on. 12. The goblin defender gets an 8. So he will roll on here. The under fire table. A 7. I believe that is a downed. So he is down. Oh wait, that's not the. That's not him. That's the other one. That's goblin number 3. So goblin number 3. I don't think it really makes a difference. I think they've got a similar defense, don't they? Where's goblin 3? Yeah, 2d8. They've got the same defense, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so he is downed. And she will continue to shoot. He is now down a... that is a 15. Oops, don't need you in there. Yep, so he is... Ooh, that is twice as much, so he will roll again. +1. That is an 8 + 1 is 9. Down and staggered. This goblin's having a hard time. There's still another shot coming his way. Okay, here we go here. So a model that is down and receives another down condition is now staggered. A model that is staggered and receives another staggered condition is now out of action. Okay, so another shot here. This is a 9. Ugh, not terribly good there, 9. Let's see. 7, so he's hit again. Let's see what happens. No special modifiers, though. A 3, now that is a return fire, but he's pretty wiped out there, so not much is happening to him. That appears to be everybody. So, end of the turn. Clean up everything, no movement, things to clean up, because I was lazy and didn't put them out. So we're back to Santa's team. Now Santa, oh, he's not, so we just get these two to work first. So Santa's finally going to get a chance to have an attack here. He's got a powered weapon against Goblin number 2. He's got 2 potential actions with that. He also has a jump pack if he wants to use that to go somewhere. So his prowess is 2d10. I do have my 3 points, but I think I'll be okay. This is Goblin number 2. He has got a defense of 2d8. So, you know what? Let's spend a point on that. So we're going to do 2d12s for this. He is going to attack. Give us the best chance here of wiping this goblin out. We got a 17. He can't even beat that, but let's see how terribly he fails it. He's got a 9, so it's just a regular roll on the under attack table, which is a 9. So with a 9, he is downed and staggered. Santa has finally woken up, and the goblins are going to have a bad day. Okay, downed and staggered. Santa will now make another attack. Downed and staggered, -2 dice types. He's going to be rolling a 2d4 as a defense. I think this is probably it for the goblin, unless Santa rolls horribly, which is, you know, likely a 12. Okay. And of course he gets a 5, which means he's twice as much. So he's +1. So let's see what his 8 or above. Oh, he gets a 5 + 1 is 6. There's no bonuses for the power weapon, is there? Rerolls ones. Okay. Okay, so a 6 is a knockback. The defending model must move 1 stick. This move must not bring it into contact with an enemy model. Place it down. Well, So he's knocked back and placed it down. A model that is down and receives another down condition is now staggered as well. A model that is staggered and receives another staggered condition is now out of action. To me, that sounds like this goblin is now out of action because of a little chain of events. So we will call him dead and delete him. Santa now has a one action left. He is going to move himself into base-to-base contact with the ogre. And then, who was that? Beverly? Beverly was down, so she is going to take a stand action. So, a stand action will, whoops, not you. You, there we go. Take your stand action. And you've used a point to do that. You've got 2 points left, Beverly. Your grenade is gone. You're going to have to fight with your knife, which is a 2d8. You get 2 actions for that. We'll go ahead and spend a point on you to do 2d10 because that ogre is also 2d10 and he's got heavy armor. So she gets a 19. Oh, the ogre gets himself a 12. So the ogre, 13 with his defense, he's going to take a hit. She's upset. And it is a 10. So with a 10, the ogre, Beverly, has woken up very angry and taken out the ogre. A bit of a fortunate turn of events there. She now has 1 action left. She can take a shot. She's going to take a shot at the downed and staggered goblin in front of her. 2d10 against his, who was that again? Goblin 3? Was he 2d8 or 2d6? 2d8, so he'll roll 2d6 because he's staggered. She will roll 2d8. He will roll 2d6. What do we got here? 12 to 5. That is more than twice as much, so we will roll this and add 1. Ooh, 9, 10. She has, Beverly, has woken up very angry. Suddenly, things are looking bad for the Greedy Goblins. Who will go now? So we'll have the other goblin minion, the one who is cowering in fear, the hencher. See what he does. Wait for it to roll before I tab out. He has got himself an 8. So with an 8, he will advance. I guess he's giving up all sense of self-preservation. Model takes a move until it has line of sight to a good guy, then takes shoot actions with its remaining actions. Alright, well, he's already got line of sight, but again, we've talked about how he's got a short-range weapon, so he will move 1 out here. There we go. We'll put him out there. He's going to run right up in front of Santa and Beverly, and I believe Santa's the closest. So number 4, oh, he's got the shotgun. So +1 under fire. He's got 2 abilities to shoot. Does he take 1 or 2 attacks? Let's see here. Advance, and then it takes shoot action, so he'll take 2 shots. So 2d8 twice on Santa, who does 2d10. Ooh, a 15. Santa's probably going to have a bad time here. 11 and 12 with this thing. So Santa, of course, gets clipped again with the shotgun. Only a 3, though. With a 3, return fire. The defending model may immediately take a shoot action against the attacker if able. Santa does not have a range weapon, so he will not be doing that. His second shot is a 13. Goblins rolling well. And that is a 5. Ooh. That is a 6 plus 1 is a 7. Santa is back down. He wouldn't have it any other way. And then the psychic, let's see what he's going to do. He's got line of sight. But life is rough for him. Ooh, he's going to do something big maybe. Psychic on a 17. He is going to use Torrent. What is Torrent? As power, but with Psychic's willpower roll is +1. So as power, he makes a Psychic power action and then another action in any order. And he's got +1 on that. So he's going to make another action, which is a move, because I don't believe he is within... No, he's not. Okay. So he's going to move himself up. Yep, is fairly close. He's going to take a mind stab at Santa. That is with a 2d12 willpower. And the mind stab... What does it do? It does a target the enemy within 1 stick, roll under fire, roll on under fire table +3. So, could be bad for Santa. Let's roll his, actually 2d12. He's got a, ooh, an 11. Santa might have a chance here. We can spend, I don't know if I can spend a point because I've already spent a point. He's got an 8, so it's this +3. Not looking good for Santa. Ooh, a 5 + 1 is 8. I believe that will only make him staggered. Yes, he is staggered. So a little bit of luck there for Santa. And that is it for the Goblins. Now the rest of Santa's crew is going to go here. Catherine is going to open up on the Goblin leader who just attacked Santa. Let's see here, actually, or is she going to move? Let's see. Oh, it is just out of range. So she can either aim or move. It's about the same thing. Anything else she can do? Oh no, she can't aim, so she's got to move. Alright, so she will move closer. She's going to move closer. Somewhere around there is fine. Take 2 shots at the Goblin leader, which is 2d8 against his 2d8. So that is an 8 from her. And a 10 for the Goblin leader, because he is bulletproof. Anything else there? No. Okay. So she will attack again for an 8. And he will get himself a 9. So he's completely fine. Vanessa will move forward or aim. Which one are we going to do here? We're going to aim. So she's going to use 2d10 against the Goblin leader. She's got 2 attacks, rerolling ones. 8. He's got an 8. $14. Ooh, here's a chance. 14. And he's got a 13. Well, he did as well as he could. Oh no, wait. He's got heavy armor, doesn't he? Yes, he does. He has heavy armor. So, no damage there. She doesn't have a targeting reticule or something, does she? No, she's just got a med kit. So more incredible shooting from everybody on Santa's side. Mag, I guess, is our last one here. Mag is going to, again, fire 3 shots at the Goblin leader. He's got... Oh, we reroll ones, though, at least. 14. Oh, an 11, finally. A hit. Ooh, an 8. An 8 is staggered. So the Goblin leader is now staggered, which is a -1. Okay. Ooh, 17. No chance there. He's going to get a hit, but how bad is it going to be? 6. Ooh, so that's twice as much. So that is +1. That is a 9. Downed and staggered. The Goblin leader has finally been taken out. It is all down to the last Goblin. Mag has 1 more shot. He will target the Goblin. He's got a terrible roll, unless this turns out much better. Yep, 14. Now this is Goblin number 4, who has a 2d6 defense. So it's not even possible to beat this, but it's got a 10, so it's only a regular roll. And a 3. Oh, he gets to return fire. It's more than a stick's length, so returning fire for him is the shotgun -1 DT, so he's only going to roll 2d6, but he does reroll ones. And he's only going to get a 4. Who is this? Mag. I believe Mag has got a 2d10 defense. So Mag is probably going to be fine. Yes, 16. All right. Next round. Santa's in rough shape, but we've got 2 people here. Santa's going to make his willpower roll to try and get up for a recover. A 3, amazing. One more time, Santa. A 5, wow, incredible. And a 4. Well, I think Santa's a bit tired. He doesn't want to get up. Beverly's going to open up on the Goblin, though. She's got 3 shots with the auto rifle. She is going to just shoot 2d8 3 times against the 2d6 of the Goblin. Oh yeah, she got an 8. He got an 11, of course. 6 and 7. Yep. This is pretty typical. 8 and... Ooh, 6. Hey, there we go. And what's his damage going to be? 9. Oh, he is down and staggered. So, Catherine is also right there. Catherine is going to use her heavy pistols to... Oh, yeah, Catherine's here at the bottom. So, 2 shots. So, let's go ahead and shoot. She's 2d8, wasn't she? 2d8, yep. 2d8, 2 shots against the 2d4 defense of the Goblin. I'm sure the Goblin's still going to win. What is that, an 8? Hey, no, 5. Okay, that's a hit. Plus 1 from the heavy pistols. What do we got here? 5, 6. 6, dive for cover. The defending model must move 1 stick. If able, he's downed. That is another down, which becomes a, since it's already down, staggered, and a second staggered means the Goblin is killed. And Santa will just get back up with the help of his friends, and the North Pole defenders have managed to successfully defend the Christmas tree from the Greedy Gobos. I hope you enjoyed this kind of preview of our new tabletop wargaming platform. Do keep an eye on the improvements we're going to be making on this in the future. If you have any features or things you'd like to see, certain kinds of tools, or controls or things like that, do let us know, and we'll do our best to incorporate them. Thank you, everybody.